Okay, testing. That concludes the mic check, or what? Formula One. Okay, that's too much. Formula One, the pinnacle of motorsport. The best of the formulas, which is why it's number one. You get it. You get it. You know what we're talking about. You know why you're here. F1 prediction bingos. You know them. You've seen them. You've probably seen 1,000 creators already posting a million of these. It's the time. 'Tis the season. It's the winter break. There's fucking nothing to do except doing winter slop, aka the story of Kimi Räikkönen and how he stole money from Lotus or whatever, or post unhinged predictions. So that's exactly what I'm here for. You're welcome. Here's the bingo. It'll be popping up somewhere around here. Yes, I made the design, if anyone asks. I'm a bit of a designer. And as you can see, we have a free space, which says the FIA is the real villain because, well, they are the real villain. We haven't even started the season and they're already the villains. So I think I'm gonna start us off with an easy one. A sort of obvious one, maybe to some. Obvious to me, low-key. Franco Colapinto replaces Dune. I know that this is a hot topic right now, but I think we all know the truth. There's a reason that Alpine was so quick to sign Franco. I don't mean to be disrespectful to Jack Doohan. To be fair, he's only raced one time so far. Like, he's barely shown us what he can do. But I don't know. I feel like he didn't do that well in Abu Dhabi, did he? He was unremarkable. Also, he's a Nepo baby. I know half of the grid are Nepo babies, but I don't trust Nepo babies. And we've seen what Colapinto can do. He was really good at Williams, at least in the first half of his tenure with them. Afterwards, he fell off a little bit, but he was also in Williams. So we gotta cut him some slack. I think Alpine is gonna be a great team for Franco. I'm certain that they're going to swap him in, at least for one race, although I am trying to go for he's gonna be fully replaced. He's gonna take that seat. Sorry, Jack. I feel like no one's giving you any chances, but it is what it is. You are competing with one of the most beloved drivers from last year's grid, I would say. The fandom for Franco was huge. So just something that I think we all kind of can expect. Okay, I'm gonna go with another fairly strong one. Haas in the top 5. I was going to say podium, but then I thought that's kind of crazy. So we're gonna leave it at top 5. I think it's pretty doable, even without some crazy safety car red flag situation where the race just turns upside down. I mean, Haas is a team that has been improving so much in the last few years. So I think it's totally possible that they have a really lucky race and end up in the top 5. I'm optimistic. And they're getting Ollie Behrman this year. He may be a rookie, but I think he's a really powerful contender. We saw what he could do at Ferrari, so I'm excited to see what he can do. And then Esteban Ocon, we love him, we know him. Esty Bestie. Hopefully he can work some of that magic that he works sometimes. Maybe there's a crazy safety car and he ends up, leading the race and it's like a crazy podium or win that nobody expects. So yeah, I'm not particularly a Haas fan necessarily. I'm not American, but I do have a daily dose of opium, Okay, I have another one. Maybe this is not so crazy. Lawson beats Verstappen. I think it can happen. I'm looking forward to it happening, okay? Listen. People who know me, they know I'm not the biggest Max Verstappen fan. Now, mind you, I think he's amazing. I think he's an amazing driver. I think he's probably the best on the grid right now. I don't mean to discredit his achievements, but I think there will be at least one race where Liam Lawson just gets ahead of him, and whether that is through crazy safety car, yellow flag, red flag situations, or because just Verstappen gets into some freak accident and DNFs, or whatever, or because Liam genuinely just drives better than Max. Who knows? I'm not here to say what's gonna happen. I'm just here to say it is going to happen. I think Lawson is going to just have one race where he outdoes the 4-time world champion. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited though. I think Max Verstappen needs to lose every now and then. Okay, he needs to be humbled just a little bit. Speaking of humbling Max Verstappen, Lando wins from pole. Lando wins from pole. I just want to see it. I know he's done it, but it's rare. You know what? Maybe I should change that to Lando Grand Slam. Lando gets a Grand Slam. That's right, bitches. It's going to happen. I don't remember if he got a Grand Slam last year, but this year, he's going to get it, okay? Mark my words. Lando's a great driver. He's in the best car. Unless things go horribly wrong for McLaren next year, he should be in the best car. And he's capable of it, okay? People just hate to see a diva doing well, okay? I don't know. I have confidence in Lando. I think he's learned a lot from last season. And I think this year he's going to prove us that he's good, okay? I'm not necessarily the biggest Lando fan, but I want to see him do well. On that same vein, McLaren won too. Because again, they have the fastest car, they have 2 incredible drivers. They got it last year, didn't they? Maybe. And I would love to see it because I love my man, Oscar Piastri. I want him on that podium in any circumstances. So hopefully it can be by his teammate, you know. Let's keep going. Let's go with kind of an easy one. Lewis win. And we're gonna add a little exclamation mark because I'm excited for it to happen. So if for some reason you forgot everything that happened in 2024, Lewis Hamilton won a race. He won Silverstone of all races, and it was the most beautiful moment in the entire season, and I don't think anybody can argue with me on this. I don't even care about what shitty takes you have about the best moment of the year. The best moment of the year was Silverstone. So that race win was beautiful, and I'm hoping for more of that, especially now that he's in Ferrari. Ferrari had a great car last year. I mean, Lewis has been the thing everybody has been talking about since he unveiled those beautiful pictures of him in red in Maranello. Just incredible, incredible. So I'm excited. I'm excited for Lewis to come back. I want more hammer time, even though, you know, Bono won't be there, but still. I'm looking forward to at least one more Lewis win, okay? I'll be happy if there's just one win. Just remembering Lewis also won Spa, but that was kind of a dirty win. Like, Russell should have won that. Speaking of George Russell, and by extension, Mercedes, Antonelli podium. Listen, I don't watch F2. I didn't know much about Kimi Antonelli. I still don't. Essentially, I don't really know why Toto Wolff in particular is hyping up Antonelli so much. Maybe it's just him trying to, you know, make up for the fact that Lewis is leaving by being like, but actually, I'm not worried or upset that Lewis has left because I have a good replacement, okay? And I'm not going to miss Lewis at all because this man is the young new promise of Formula One. And so, you know, as someone who didn't know about this dude until it was, you know, revealed that he was gonna drive in place of Lewis, I was just kind of like, okay, I don't know who he is, sorry. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And hopefully that means a podium. I think I just want at least one of our rookies to make the podium. And I think if anybody has chances besides Liam Lawson, that would be Kimi Antonelli. So let's see what he's got for us. I'm excited. These are some crazy predictions. These might not come true at all. Okay, I have an interesting one. A new driver wins in Monaco. I don't really have much of a basis for saying this. I just think it would be cool. I mean, last year, Charles Leclerc won in Monaco. He never won it. It was cool. Of course, Charles is from Monaco, so it was super exciting. But I still think it's cool. I think more drivers should get the prestige of winning in Monaco, you know? I don't think Lando has won in Monaco. I think this could be his year to do that. I think it could be his year. It could be, I don't know, Oscar Piastri's year, George Russell's year. I don't know. I want to see some new drivers winning that. One step closer to that triple crown, am I right? Someone will get podium from the bottom of the grid. We all know these are the best kinds of races, like Lewis Hamilton going from practically last to P3 in Hungary 2021. Last year, Max Verstappen in Brazil. Incredible. Going from P17 to P1. A ridiculous win. So hopefully we can see more of that. I think it would be so cool. You know what? We're gonna top off this row with kind of a silly one. Papaya rules. I think papaya rules will return in some form or another. I might extend this to just like generally someone at some point says papaya rules, whether that's like over the radio or like in an interview or press conference or something. It's just like, papaya rules, whatever, right? But more specifically, I'm looking for it in a race. Like last year in Hungary, where it was like Lando was chasing Oscar and it was like, you're allowed to race each other, papaya rules, right? That's what I'm looking for. I want the return of papaya rules. I guess I like that. I like that McLaren doesn't really do team orders. I know they had to do it last year because of the championship, like Lando potentially getting the championship, so Oscar had to sacrifice some wins. So yeah, I want the return of papaya rules. I don't want any fucking team orders unless Lando is just like so close to winning the championship or something like that, and it's like we just have to do team orders. But other than that, I don't want any fucking Landoscar drama. Papaya rules. Keep it papaya rules. But specifically, I want somebody to say, papaya rules, guys. We are the papaya team and we have papaya rules. That's what I want. Here's my daily dose of hopium. Double points for Williams. I don't know why I do this to myself. I don't know in what moment I woke up in the year of our Lord 2024 and decided, you know what? I'm gonna be a Williams fan. Where did that come from? Williams is just simply not the team to be rooting for right now, and I am feeling the pain. Last year was really a miss for Williams, unfortunately. Hopefully Williams can do a little bit better this year than they did last year. And you know, they have Carlos Sainz, the smooth operator. If ever it was the year of Williams, it'll be next year. I'm manifesting this so hard for us. And it's not just because I'm Spanish, okay? And it's not because I'm wearing fucking chili earrings, but I genuinely want Williams to do well, and I want Carlos to do well, and I want Albon to do well, and I want everything to be good, okay? I want Williams to have its former glory, or at least a little bit of it. I know that'll take years, but I hope it happens. I don't want them to be out. I don't want them to be gone. God knows Williams has been through enough already. We don't need that. So yeah, I'm manifesting some Williams success this year. This was maybe a little bit of a reach. Checo Perez announced for Cadillac 2026. Is that crazy? I don't know. I think Checo will one way or another find his way back on the grid, if only because he's super profitable, right? He brings all of the Mexican viewership and all of these sponsors and, you know, drives all of this merch investment, buying, whatever. So I think Checo is inevitable. Checo is inevitable. I see him in Cadillac, and to be fair, Andretti has said that he wants experienced drivers, so I think Checo is practically the ideal candidate. If not Checo, then it'll be Danny Rick, probably, but he seems really happy to be out of the Formula One bubble. Like, I don't know, I feel like he's been thriving spiritually in a better place. So maybe we let him be and we just bring back Checo. If Checo does poorly, we can always make fun of him, but we don't want to have to make fun of Danny Rick, I think. Whatever. Checo Perez to Cadillac. I am predicting that right now. I have another crazy one, but we're gonna go with it. This is already fucking crazy as it is. Alpine podium. And by Alpine, mostly I mean Pierre Gasly. Maybe I should have meant that to Gasly podium. Gasly podium. If anybody in the lower tier of teams can get a podium, it's gonna be Alpine, and it's not going to be Doohan or Colapinto. I think they're too new. They're too new. I can't see them getting a podium. I don't know. It's too soon. But Pierre has been in Formula One for many years now. He's been in one of the higher teams, right? He's good. He's a great driver, and I have no doubt that he can do it. And he did it last year. Alpine just has that chaotic French energy of like, oh, we don't give a shit. We're gonna just stick our car into the podium because fuck all of you. And also, I like Pierre, even though he's French. And you know what? I would love to see him on the podium. I think it wouldn't hurt anybody. I feel like I just like all of the drivers. I don't really hate any of them. Never mind. Here's another one, maybe not so crazy. More than 2 safety cars in one race, and I'm including virtual safety cars. This is a safe bet. There's always just that one chaotic race every year. And you know what? 2+ safety cars usually means the track is genuinely really fucked up, which can only mean good things, right? It means red flags, it means rain, it means tons of DNFs, tons of crashes. Super exciting. I'm into the general tomfoolery of this. Don't love having to sit waiting for the safety car to end, but it's a small price to pay. All right, gonna go with a pretty simple one. Ferrari 1-2. I don't think this will be a surprise to anyone. I mean, it's Ferrari. They did amazing last year. They have 2 of the best drivers of the grid, if not of all time. They'll be fine. This is kind of just a free space for me at this point. Another relatively tame one. Oscar win. Oscar win. It's bound to happen, okay? If he keeps driving the way he drove in Monza and in Baku, he's set. He's good. Let me have this, okay? Let me fucking have this, dude. Let me have my Australian polite cat. Let him do his thing. Let him prove his worth. I think it's time to give my world champion prediction. I think it's more of a manifestation than an actual belief. Because realistically, the winner will probably be Max Verstappen. He's already proven that he doesn't need the best car or even the second best car to win. So it's entirely possible that it's Max again. However, Max did have like 8 wins at the beginning of the season when Red Bull still had absolute 2023-esque dominance. And to be fair, Max's win really relied on those first early wins. Like, he really coasted on those points that he got in the early part of the season. We do have to take that last year's victory with a slight grain of salt. And it's that Red Bull was actually the dominant car for a little while until McLaren all of a sudden arrived in Miami and just went absolutely ballistic. So maybe it will not be Max. But if it's not Max, who will it be? It's Lando. What? It's Lando. It's going to be Lando. It was always going to be Lando. I know all the Ferrari fans are drinking their copium juice. They're completely delulu right now, and I'm one of them, okay? I'm not even like a Ferrari girly by any means, but Lewis has done this to me. So I'm really, really falling for that delulu of Lewis Hamilton's gonna be 8th world champion. And it's going to be completely unprecedented for Formula One, and he's going to be the literal GOAT, undisputable GOAT of Formula One. But I don't genuinely think that will happen, especially because Lewis is still new to the Ferrari car, and he's still got a lot to learn, you know? So maybe it won't be this year, maybe it'll be in the future, but I don't think it's there yet. Now, Charles Leclerc is a different story, and I'm sure most people are thinking it's going to be Charles this year. He definitely has a lot going for him. He's an experienced Ferrari driver. He has one of the fastest cars of the grid. In fact, the second best car of the grid, right? The team loves him. I mean, that team is practically built around Charles Leclerc. It should be called Scuderia Leclerc at this point. And he doesn't have to deal with the hurdles that Lewis is going to have to face. Getting used to a new team, getting used to like copy rear checking and getting used to plan C, D, F, G, you know, getting used to all that bullshit. So Charles definitely got, he's a few steps ahead in that regard. And of course, Charles is a great driver. He's been evolving a lot in his time in Formula One. And yeah, and I think there's a lot of people who are hopeful about Charles Leclerc. And I get it, you know, I definitely see it. I won't be surprised if it happens. I think it'll be a well-earned championship. But I think Lando's win is just slightly more likely simply because McLaren has the best car of 2024. And unless something goes horribly wrong, they should still have the best car. And secondly, I think Lando will have learned a lot from 2024, from like the battle that he had with Max. I think he's going to be a lot more mentally prepared for, okay, this year I'm probably going to be in contention for the championship. It won't be a surprise. I think he's going to be a lot more ready for it. And from the get-go, he's just gonna, just fucking send it. He's going to lick the stamp and send it. So I think it would be cool if Lando was world champion. Yeah. Okay, and now a classic for the ages, maybe. huge drama involving Max. I don't think that's crazy. I mean, we had at least 2 pretty big dramatic moments last year with Max. The first was that whole FIA debacle where he cursed at a press conference and he had to do community service and he just completely rebelled about it in like the best way. And the other instance was the Max Verstappen, George Russell moment that happened around Qatar, Abu Dhabi, that whole time. I think it's safe to say that these were some of the most entertaining moments of the season. I'm counting on him to deliver another great moment. And honestly, considering those god-awful new regulations that the FIA has, I think it's safe to say that it'll happen. It would be really cool if Max took a stand against the FIA. Like, what if he goes on strike or something like that? What if he's like, yeah, I'm sitting this fucking race out. I'm not even going to get in the car because fuck the FIA and fuck these new rules. That would be sick. I think he might become my favorite driver if he does that. Okay. Sour points. Sour points is not a super crazy one. It happened last year. I guess, actually, never mind. It was pretty crazy when it happened. If I remember correctly, it was Zhou Guanyu got points in Vegas. I think he might have gotten driver of the day just for that. That was kind of funny. So yeah, sour points. It'll be cool. It'll be cool to see it. You know, we've got new people at Sauber. We've got Hülkenberg and Bortoleto, and I think Hülkenberg is a points machine. He's always up there. I think it's likely that he'll get points. And Bortoleto, I'm excited to see what he can do. You know, I'm also excited there's a Brazilian on the grid. It's been a minute, so that's cool. Formula One heritage nationalities are coming back. It's great. We got Argentinians, we got Brazilians, we got Italians. Like, pretty cool. I'm realizing I don't have one for Aston Martin yet. How have I not come up with anything for Aston Martin? I'm literally an Alonso fan. I'm literally Spanish. I'm an Aloncista. The problem is that Aston Martin was really bad last year, so I'm tempted to be like Aston Martin double DNF or something. Ugh. Huge drama involving Alonso. That just happens every year. Hey, how about this? Alonso driving masterclass. Is that too basic? Maybe that's too simple. I mean, I don't know. I think he's going to have just like a genuinely worldy race one day, you know? Like, he's gonna pull something really awesome that'll remind everyone, like, yeah, this is why this man is still sticking around. This is why he's a 2-time world champion. He may be 43 or 44, I guess he's gonna turn 44, but he's still got it, okay? And he deserves this place in the sport. And hopefully it'll be amidst just like a complete Stroll disaster class. I hope both happen in the same race. Like, you know what I mean? Stroll crashes into another driver and they both DNF kind of deal. That'll definitely happen. That's not even a prediction, that's just a fact. Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. See what happens. I don't want to do any more Aston Martin ones because Stroll is Stroll, and Adrian Newey is not really going to be able to do anything this year probably. So I'm gonna just keep my hopes, my expectations low for Aston Martin. I'm not going to think about them too much because that'll only lead to disappointment. Okay, we're just gonna keep it general for the next one because I was thinking Ferrari, but I think it could frankly be any team. Ideally one of the top teams, but a double DNF. Classic, good old double DNF. And now that I'm saying it, it'll probably be Aston Martin. We don't need to talk about that, okay? There's high chances that it might also be Ferrari, which is why I was thinking of Ferrari, but who knows? It could be McLaren, it could be Red Bull. You know, maybe tensions get high, I don't know. It could be Mercedes, it could be anybody. Speaking of Mercedes, this is kind of silly, but Toto Wolff returns to what he does best, which is not being a team boss, it's being a meme. I think we'll get some funny meme template or audio clip, soundbite, something from Toto, and it's just going to be so funny. It's going to break the internet. Some like, I have it printed out-esque level of memery we're not prepared for. All right, now for my constructors. Prediction. This is rough, dude. I'm gonna cheat a little bit and play it safe. McLaren versus Ferrari for Constructors' Championship. Listen, they're both too good, okay? I think they're both really going to dominate next year unless something crazy happens. And yep, I think that's what we're gonna go with. We've come to our last spot on this beautiful bingo card. I think we can keep it pretty simple and just go for team orders cringe fail. There you go. I think we can all say with some level of certainty which team this is going to be. And if you're not sure, don't worry. We are checking. But it's likely that it might be a different one, especially depending on how the team championship goes, right? The team championship? What is that? Depending on how the drivers' championship goes, or the constructors, but most likely drivers' championship. I think it's going to happen. I think some team is going to absolutely pull just like an embarrassing cringe fail moment, and it's gonna be horrible to watch. But you know what? We eat it up every time, don't we? At the end of the day, that's racing. So that's the end of that, I guess. Check back in December when all of these miraculously have come true. Hopefully I will see you sooner than that, but who's to say? Subscribe, I guess.